DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
Marto, as always, we wanted to get you on camera, mate, but we couldn't. You're in the middle of doing something for Valentine's Day. What the hell is it?
Oh, well, you know, commercial radio, breakfast radio here. It started with a chat one day about the Jerry Springer doco. I don't know if you saw that on Netflix over the holidays and stuff.
Mate, brilliant.
And a bloke rang up and he said his favourite bit was the man who married a horse. We then had a phone call. This is how organic things develop. A guy rang up and said, I got a mate of mine who loves his car so much he'd marry it. And we went, yeah, righto, mate, whatever. And then he rang his mate and he said Triple M are interested, which we had no interest at that stage. Triple M are interested in you marrying your car. So he rang us and said, yep, I'm on. We said, we didn't ask, mate. And then we went, hold on, we're not doing anything for Valentine's. All right, mate, if you're serious, you want to marry your car. He's already married with 3 children, but he spends more time in the shed. I think we all know that man.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 cars in there. They're all around early 70s. Some of them are worth, apparently, over $100,000. They're a Fairmont XY, if anyone knows their car.
Yep.
And in an hour or so, I wish the video was working because I have a priest outfit on. I'm going to be running the ceremony. There's special set. So we've got it all set up. There's the ride side. So it's man marrying ride, as in his bride. It's all set to go for today, and it's ridiculous. It's probably very wrong, but that's what I do for a job when I get home.
The thing is, I'm glad we don't see you in a priest uniform because that is going to trigger a lot of memories for me going to a Catholic school, and none of them are good. And Father Marto, Father Marto.
See, I can take the piss out of it because I didn't go to a Catholic school. I don't have a religious bone in my body, so I do this in a carefree manner. That's all I need to say.
Super Rugby tonight, kicking off then, Crusaders versus Hurricanes. It's a beautiful way to celebrate Valentine's Day. And tell me that it is all over the press, the papers, the sports news in Australia. No one's talking about nothing else.
I hold our newspaper here, our leading newspaper. It's called the Courier Mail. The back 6 pages are rugby league, and then there's a page on horse racing, and then, a little one, Super Rugby starts. The Reds aren't playing, so no one here in Brisbane cares. I don't know if anyone in Australia cares. It's just not getting any traction until, as New South Wales tell us, they're going to beat everybody because apparently they're going to go from last to first in 1 year. It's amazing. They're always crowing themselves up, New South Wales.
I got some question for you. Okay. What is more chance of happening? A New Zealand team wins Super Rugby or Wales win the Six Nations?
Well, they can't win, but you guys have won. Let's have a look. 2014, yes. We won, New South Wales won, and then you've won every time.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to win.
Of course
you've got the 4 best teams.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that what you wanted?
All right, so name your top 3 teams then.
I would say, well, put Blues, Canes, Crusaders and Chiefs and just put them in a bag and pull them out as you like. And then New South Wales might be all right. And then probably Drua based on home wins. Then Moana based on Artie Sevilla. Oh, no, the Reds might come 5th. And then, the Brumbies might... Oh, hold on.
Hang on.
I forgot about the Brumbies. The Brumbies could feature. They're always solid. So they might actually make... Do we have to have a team in the semi-finals like the old days?
Oh, how about that? That was where every kid got a prize for turning up for practice, wasn't it?
The Reds look all right, mate. They've just been to Bristol, beat them, and Ulster beat them. So if there's a night where it's below 4 degrees, the Reds will actually go okay because we now come back to 30. Yeah, Reds will be all right. Tars will be all right. Force will be hopeless. They'll finish last. And the Brumbies will be somewhere around there. Yeah, we're not going to win.
Hang on a second. The Wallabies, a lot of Wallabies in the force. How many times, over every weekend, during every single commentary involving an Australian side, will we hear the words Lions tour?
Approximately 4,873 because that will be drummed into those stand commentators. It's not about Super Rugby, boys. It's not about Super Rugby. It's just keep telling people there's lions coming and people go, what's a lion? And they'll find out eventually. That's all this is about. This whole season for Australian rugby is about Lions. And while the Lions tour is on, it'll be all about, don't forget, in 2 years' time, we got the World Cup. That's the saving grace of Australia. We are putting the whole bank on the Lions tour and then the World Cup, because that's the only thing we got.
What is more chance of happening, the Force win Super Rugby or the TMO leaves the game alone?
The Force winning Super Rugby. We're talking hell freezing over on both those things.
You know. So let's not mention the Rebels. Or is somebody going to mention the Rebels?
Who are the Rebels?
Yeah.
Who are the Rebels? Not even Rebels fans want to mention the Rebels. Mate, that's the only thing that offers us a little bit of hope. They had, 8 good players, and they've been spread mainly to New South Wales, which is why they're crowing. They're going, look what we've got. And they do have some beauty. So, Rebels, no one cares. In Melbourne, there's only one thing. There's AFL. They've got a rugby league team that's won 5 premierships, and they couldn't stuff about rugby league. They are so internalised about AFL. It's a good thing that rugby's forgotten Melbourne.
Next question then. What is more chance of happening? The Rebels win this year's Super Rugby, or New Zealand Rugby gets out of this Ineos deal in a good way?
I don't even understand the Ineos deal. What I don't know about it. It's a good-looking car, though. As an admirer for, I drive a Land Cruiser. I do look at Ineos and go, and they look good and they don't rust. That's my extent, and I know they're on the all. But doesn't anyone in New Zealand like this thing?
Well, it's just that they were sponsoring us to $8 million a year for about 8 years, and now they pulled the pin, saying, the Euro Parliament's got really nasty and greeny, and now we can't do petrochemicals, so we can't sponsor your rugby team. Hang on a second. Didn't you sign a contract?
But they're a car and they can't do petrochemicals. What? How are they running? I don't get the whole Ineos thing. I'm sorry. I'm not buying into this one.
All right, I'll run through a couple of games this weekend, and then I'll give you a Valentine's Day poem to finish with. Who wins tonight? Opening game, Crusaders, home, Canes.
Crusaders, because they're at home, and the Tars will beat the Highlanders, both home wins. There you go. Tars are actually... Hold on, am I falling for the hype? Yes, I am. Yes, Tars and Crusaders for tonight. Put everything you own on it.
Chiefs at Eden Park against the Blues. Repeat of last year's final is Saturday night, tomorrow night here in New Zealand. Who wins that game?
Do they still call it the Battle of the Bombay or Hills or anything like that?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, man.
I don't really care. I don't. I will not be watching rugby still a late Saturday afternoon. I'll get my fill on Friday night, and that's about it. But Blues will win, won't they? I don't care.
Finally, since it's Valentine's Day, a lovely poem for you. Roses are red, violets are blue. The Reds are a bunch of bums. Do you think that too?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a bit nasty.
Well, okay, well, Valentine's Day is nasty, mate. How many people actually celebrate Valentine's? How many people are going, roses are red, violets are blue? You wrecked my life. F you.
Your cynicism is very dangerous to a lot of relationships. What I'd like to say, men who are watching and listening this, is just bare minimum. All you got to do is the bare minimum. Go to the convenience store and buy an 8-day-old rose. It'll work, okay? Good luck.
Just do something.
Just do something.
Mrs. Marto, the luckiest woman on the earth.
Well, I say that on radio every year, and then I go home and do nothing. Don't be an idiot.
I thought in your stage of marriage, Valentine's Day was roses are red, violets are blue. Come a little closer, darling. Get off me, you.
I'll spew on you. It doesn't happen.
Let's talk next week. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, mate.
DSPN.